Hello again you guys, it's me, xGimpyDwarfx from the Dream Assembly, and welcome back to another episode of Spotlight for the PredaCorp sort of series of things I'm doing now. Things may have seemed to have slowed down on the channel, but they haven't, because I have been working tirelessly in the background trying to produce weapons of awesome source. So, what do we have here? We have the PRC-160-AFF, which is basically an attack bomber. So what this is designed to do is fly in there, shoot a few people, drop a big bomb, get out of there quickly. Now, this doesn't have any up-to-date weapon systems in terms of the thruster override, but it does use it in another way, because as you saw from the video, this is a VTOL craft, so to get it off the ground quickly I figured we need some way of, well, to get it off the ground and to allow it to dodge and maneuver and things, I kind of added in this VTOL system, which basically means the inner thrusters, which are up and down because they rotate, basically allows for the ship to take off quickly because there's two large thrusters either side. Now that does have a decrease on how it takes off, because it takes off very frantically and it's a bit hazardous at times, but it comes with that. It comes with foldable front and back landing gear, so that back one right there has a landing gear on, so it has two, and those fold up into the body. So do these. No pistons, because I figured the foldable ones take up less space, so I've gone with that for the meantime. And then I have this cool little thing at the front, which is a front and sideway firing machine gun. So like on the Flying Fortress, a ship from World War II, an aeroplane from World War II even. Basically it had like turrets implanted on the actual ship, and it was a bomber. So what I kind of did with this was I added in this front section, which basically allows a pilot to jump in through the ship, so he can jump in while he's inside the actual the actual craft, into the back of this, and turn on the turn off the rotor and be able to rotate and shoot like so. So that's basically a few of the features. The back door is open as well, and I'll actually start demonstrating a few more things and go through the insides. Well, first, do you like my gun? Because I pimped my gun out with the PredaCorp logo and just put PredaCorp down the side. I actually kind of thinking change that to blue, but I've been just playing around with textures and stuff, and I kind of got a bit bored, so I figured I'd add these on to make me an official member of the team. This is only done in local, so it won't show up on anyone else's, just mine. But that's something else I've done. Let's go into F6 mode. So we'll go inside the ship now, and I'll have to open the back doors. So if I go control panel and go side doors open and reverse them, you have these two nice side doors that open up to allow you access into the main hull of the ship. Now with these doors I really wish the the rotor thing was implemented, or at least working, because I could move this so close to the actual inside and be able to put a full block in like the doors you see on the new updates for Space Engineers, but unfortunately I cannot do that at this time due to them not fixing it or me doing it wrong. But either way, basically what you've got in this ship at the back is, I kind of tried to make it a bit more decorative using the conveyor tubes. We've got a few gyroscopes in the beacon at the back, and then we've got these two access ports here which enable us to go into here and turn the doors up. So we'll just wait for these to close, and it looks really nice when you're closing and when the doors open and you've got a dude inside here. Of course the whole ship is walkable, so you can walk through the whole ship, and it allows you to, you know, just carry on your business as normal. And they are now closed, so they close only slightly, because I've had to put these blocks here, or else they'll start folding in on themselves, which isn't good. Leaves a bit of a gap here, but I get over it. Now we come into here, which is kind of like the planning room where you sit down your soldiers and say, look, this is what we got to do, blah blah blah. If they add holograms into this game, it would be beautiful, because I could be able to put a hologram here or a big LCD screen that shows all the ship stats. That may be something really cool to have. Now, you come in here and you have the systems for basically, well, you have like cargo areas in here that you can store a lot of ammunitions in. Up above you actually have your cockpit, but these chests here are actually hooked up via conveyor tubes to the actual system here, but you can access it through this as well if you wish to. So the small cargo containers are hooked up to the large reactor so you can refuel this ship. It's not battery powered, unfortunately, but you know, it was an older ship. It was an older ship last week, so unfortunately it's been that long since I built this, so I haven't had a chance to update it as much. But as I said, you've got the two cockpits up here that allow you to sort of view the viewing sort of ports up there and fly the ship. Then you've got these two sort of pilot, like co-pilot, because I kind of go on the basis that you have two pilots always sitting down. Maybe if you put a computer screen here monitoring the systems, then you have two up top and then they can switch if they ever get fatigued and everything or injured. Now, we jump into here, and this does have the new system in where I can toolbar things. So I can fire this, and I can fire this when I'm flying it as well, and as long as it's pointing in a straight line, I'm as accurate as anything. But say I want to rotate this thing, if I actually try and get the camera roll in without turning inertia dampeners off, the camera can be really horrible to maneuver. Oh. As you can see, the camera is like jerking me around. Come on. Okay, so basically, as you saw from the video, if I go 1, I can deactivate that. Oh, there we go, there we go. And basically fire. Now this does get harder to fire as the ship is rotating, unfortunately. But it works more to anything, and with rotors being a bit more stable, it's a lot better than previous designs that I tried to figure out with this. Unfortunately, with reloading, you have to just rotate it out and input your ammunition directly into these. There is no way of loading them in some sort of really odd system. I tried to make it as small as possible, so that means you have to reload this manually, so it only has so much ammunition before the ship has to either turn back or continue on its flight and possibly die. So if I hit 1 again, it locks it in place. Basically just turning on the rotor with all of its thingies. Now you can walk directly to this and just go T from here, so it's in reach. But let's try the VTOL system in which I've crashed this ship so many times. So what I want to do first is, I'm actually in the wrong cockpit because the toolbars actually keep their controls per cockpit, so you can actually have people who are like weapon expert kind of people, and I'll show you where this thing comes into a bomber in a second. So if I get my landing gears unlocked, so if I go, I think it's 4 to unlock, there we go, and then take off a little bit, and then what's that do? Oh, rotor in the landing gear, there you go. So all the landing gears rotor up into the hull of the ship. Very nice and tidily, I may add. That's a bit of tinkering by me, but it works. If I go across one, if you don't know how to go across, it's the plus sign, it's the more than and the less than sign right next to your question mark on your keyboard, and I'm basically going to scroll through. I have all the weapon systems on their own bar, so you can control them separately from everything else and you don't accidentally drop a bomb basically. I have one to control the turret, to basically arm the turret and make it turn. I have another one that basically is for the machine guns. I'm losing my voice. And I have one that basically drops the bombs, and I've turned that off. Basically these buttons, if you hit them once, it activates. So if I go over one more, this is where the VTOL system is. So those are already facing downwards, which means I'll go up. But if I turn these on now, this is where I have to push down. And as you can see, we take off considerably quicker. All I have to do is turn them off then, and we stabilise. Then what I need to do is I need to go over to here, redeploy the landing gear, and do whatever I need to do with them. Those should be automatically unlocked. But then what I need to do is go back over to tab 3, rotate these, because they do rotate, so you can point them downwards now and go downwards and land quicker, and basically more for manoeuvrability in tighter situations if you ever need them. So you can have like a pilot just purely dedicated to turning these systems on and off, so you can, you know, dodge things. So if I go 2, we then start to land at a more quickened pace. Now if I turn them off, and you just have to kind of toggle them. There we go, or else that happens and you slightly take a little bit of damage. But if I go back over to this one and lock the landing gear, we've now landed. So that is my ship, basically. This is the 160 AFF, and I don't think you noticed, but underneath the ship there is actually some merge blocks. I believe when I built these I had some sort of weird idea that firing one rocket before the other one would do more damage, but let's just take off and give that a shot by using all these again. So if I go 4 to unlock, and let's just take off and leave her in the air for a bit. So let's take off, leave her in the air, and we need to get outside, so we need to come through here. Doors and side doors. Now the doors as well, a bit of a warning, they do fold in on themselves underneath the ship, so be wary of that. If you think you've broken it, you haven't. I thought I did that, and it's unavoidable for if you want to be able to, like, you know, jump onto the ship. So as you can see, they'll start to fold in on themselves in a sec. But basically I've got these 2 sets of merge blocks, well you know, 2 merge blocks basically, and this one is the one that will release last. This one will be the one that releases first. The idea is you set 2 rockets off, one behind the other. The one hits first, does a bit of damage, and then the second one hits and hopefully penetrates a bit more. Now I may change these to have connectors rather than merge blocks, because merge blocks are a bit more finicky, but I may change them so you can basically launch them like that and maybe turn the thrusters on beforehand, so the thrusters are pushing forward and will zoom in and blow stuff up. That may be really fun to do, but for now that is my ship. I'm just going to close these before they do any more damage to each other. There we go. But that has been my bomber basically, but if you guys want this on the Steam Workshop, I'll happily do it. It's just I've put a few things up on the workshop and they only get, like, you know, 1 or 2 views, and they don't get nothing in ways of support. So if you guys believe this is something that you will want to support and see development for, then please subscribe to the workshop page. Of course, if you guys want it, I'll do it, and I'll give you an update video saying that this is now available. But for now, I've been xGimpyDwarf, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have, please like, favourite, and of course subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys later. Peace!